And so you touched about the how climate change in the past could help us learn something about today. So that was one of the questions I wanted to ask you. All the work you did on the Maya Lowlands, do you think that it, in some way or another, an analog to today? Can we learn lessons from the Maya, from the past civilizations, whether it's a political lesson, or agricultural lessons, or whatever it may be? Is there something we can learn from those civilizations?
I think so. It's not a simple lesson because let's be honest. We live in a very different way from the ancient Maya. We live in a whole totally different, we have totally different agricultural methods. We have totally different political systems. We live in a global society, and so it's completely different. And so I think it's not going to be a direct lesson where we say, well, they couldn't withstand a large drought. That means we won't be able to either. But I think it's very, what's maybe more interesting is to look at many different examples of where this has happened in the past. And the Maya are only one example, and try to understand, how did people respond to this? How, when they were faced with a challenge, how did they respond to it? Did they, decide that it was too difficult and basically kind of, move out of cities and abandon their system? Or did they find good innovations that were able to allow them to persist and be resilient in the face of climate change? And I think you can find examples both ways. And so I think technologically speaking, we're very different from the ancient Maya, but in terms of being human beings and kind of how we work as a society, it's not that different, really. I mean, and it's really the as we always say with climate change, it's not really a scientific problem, it's a political problem. Right. And so kind of looking at these crises in the past and how people respond to them, I think can give you some interesting insights into, how do we deal with something like this? How have people in the past have dealt with something like this? Possibly you can start to analyze, like, were there mistakes that were made? It's hard because we're dealing with a civilization that did not leave a very extensive written record. We can't really delve into how did they actually make these decisions. We can only kind of gather clues as to what it was. So, I don't think the lessons are obvious. I do think it's an interesting area of study, and there's been a lot of research on it now, and there's very interesting things that are coming out as we delve further and further into it. But will it help us find solutions to climate change? I don't know.